wabarakatuh, and good day to Honorable Chairperson, esteemed judges, respected opposition, and attentive audience. My name is SURIA BINTI ROSDI. As the first affirmative speaker, I stand proudly to support the motion. This House would make e-cigarettes and vaping illegal to all ages. Let me begin by defining the motion. E-cigarettes and vaping refer to electronic nicotine delivery systems (ENDS) that vaporize liquid solutions containing substances such as nicotine, flavorings, or chemicals. Illegal to all ages means a total ban, not just restricted to youth, but prohibited for everyone regardless of age, just like illegal drugs or banned substances. Now, allow me to introduce our team stance. We believe e-cigarettes are public health hazards, and allowing their use for anyone of any age only worsens a crisis disguised under the illusion of being a safer alternative. Our core argument today is vaping causes more harm than benefit, and its continued legality only normalizes addiction, especially among youth. Let me break this down into three justifications. The first one is e-cigarettes are not safe alternatives. They are addictive and harmful. The claims that e-cigarettes are healthier than traditional smoking is misleading. Studies by the World Health Organization, WHO, confirm that most e-liquids still contain nicotine, a highly addictive chemical that affects brain development, particularly in young users. Moreover, the substances like diacetyl used in vape flavors are linked to serious lung conditions such as popcorn lung. These are not minor health risks, and over time, they can cause irreversible damage. The facts and evidence for this justification on is the World Health Organization WHO declared that e-cigarettes are undoubtedly harmful to health and should be regulated. A 2021 study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association on JAMA found that frequent e-cigarette users were 33% more likely to develop chronic lung diseases than non-users. Diacetyl, found in many vape flavors, has been linked to bronchiolitis, obliterans, or popcorn lung, a permanent lung condition. For example, in the US, the 2019 vaping illness outbreak, which is called EVALI, over 2,800 hospitalizations and 68 confirmed deaths, mostly among young, healthy individuals. Many cases were linked to contaminated or unregulated vape liquids. Justification: we already banned other harmful substances that cause physical harm and addiction, such as heroin and cocaine. Why should vapes, which pose both chemical and psychological dangers, be treated differently? Next, vaping is a gateway, not a solution. Originally marketed to help smokers quit vaping, has become the first step into addiction for teens. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), teenagers who vape are 4 times more likely to start smoking cigarettes. Instead of helping smokers quit, it is creating a whole new generation of nicotine addicts. That defeats the purpose. The facts and evidence for this justification on is a 2022 report by the CDC found that 1 in 4 high school students used e-cigarettes, and most of them had never smoked cigarettes before. Studies show that teens who vape are 4 to 7 times more likely to start smoking traditional cigarettes within 6 months. For example, in Malaysia, despite vaping being age restricted, enforcement is weak. You can walk into any night market and find teens openly vaping. Many of them are introduced to vaping through peer pressure or online influencers, not because they want to quit smoking. For justification on this, rather than solving the smoking crisis, vaping is fueling a new addiction epidemic. The tobacco industry is using vaping to rebrand itself and re-addict a new generation. We must break this chain before it's too late. Lastly, the presence of vape culture normalizes addictive behavior. Vape shops, social media trends, and fun flavors like candy or bubblegum are deliberately targeting young people. This glamorization makes vaping socially acceptable, blurring the dangers. If it remains legal, the industry will continue to exploit that gray area, putting profit above public health. The facts and evidence for this justification is 85% of young users said they started vaping because of the flavors. Social media like TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube is full of vape tricks, influencer promotions, and aesthetic videos promoting vape cultures. In countries like the US, brands like Juul were sued for marketing to minors, leading to public outcry and bans. For example, the trend of using disposable vapes with pastel colors and candy names like Blue Raz, Bubblegum, or Peach Ice are clearly not made for 40-year-old smokers. They are designed to appeal to children. For justification, by keeping vaping legal, we allow these companies to continue targeting young people with addictive, toxic products under the guise of freedom or choice. A total ban sends a powerful message. We do not accept addiction as a lifestyle. In conclusion, honorable judges, the harms of vaping are health risks, youth addiction, and social normalization. These are all point toward a need for decisive action. Legal restriction by age aren't enough anymore. The only way to break this cycle is to make e-cigarettes and vaping illegal to all ages. We rest our case. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to Honorable Chairperson, respected judges, fellow debaters, and audience. My name is SURIA AFIQAH binti ROSDI. As the first negative speaker, I strongly oppose the motion. This House will make e-cigarettes and vaping illegal to all ages. We do not deny that vaping has health risks, but we argue that a blanket ban on e-cigarettes for all age group is not the solution. It is extreme, unrealistic, and counterproductive. Our main contention is this. E-cigarettes are a harm reduction tool, and banning them for everyone will do more harm than good. Let me explain this with three key points. The first one is vaping helps adult smokers quit, and it's proven. According to Public Health England and Harvard studies, vaping is at least 95% less harmful than smoking cigarettes. It helps millions of adult smokers who could not quit before. By banning it outright, we are taking away the tool that saves lives and reduces disease burden like lung cancer and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. A full ban would push them back to smoking, which is much worse. The facts and evidence for this justification is Public Health England found that vaping is 95% less harmful than smoking. A 2020 UK clinical trial showed that people who used e-cigarettes were twice as likely to quit smoking compared to those using nicotine patches. Over 68 million smokers worldwide have switched to vaping, which is reducing exposure to carcinogens. For example, in New Zealand, vaping is promoted as part of Eat Smokes Free 2025 campaign. As a result, smoking rates in adults have significantly dropped, while vape-related health incidence remains low. For justification, banning vaping would mean forcing millions of ex-smokers back to deadly tobacco. We should support harm reduction, not eliminate it entirely. Next, prohibition creates black markets, which is not safe. History shows us that from alcohol to drugs, there are that total bans do not stop usage. They only push the activity underground, making it unregulated and dangerous. The facts and evidence for this justification is the US alcohol prohibition in the 1920s led to bootlegging, organized crime, and dangerous homemade liquor. In countries where vaping is banned, like India, illegal imports have increased, often containing worse toxics than regulated brands. For example, when certain vape flavors were banned, like in the US, people began buying black market, like THC vapes, which led to the evenly outbreak that killed dozens of people. The danger didn't go away, it got worse. For justification, banning vaping will not protect public health. It will remove consumer protections and increase harm. Regulation, not prohibition, is how we keep people safe. Lastly, education and regulation work better than banning. We support strict regulations by banning marketing to youth, taxing vapes, and limiting flavors. But banning everything is not realistic or effective. We should treat adults like responsible citizens, not criminals. Let us educate, not eliminate. The facts and evidence for this justification is the World Health Organization WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control supports harm reduction through regulated alternatives. Many countries have successfully reduced youth vaping through flavor bans, higher taxes, and ad restrictions without banning vapes entirely. For example, in the UK, vapes are strictly regulated with maximum nicotine limits and child-resistant packaging. Youth usage is lower than in countries with weak regulation. Education campaigns also have been successfully in discouraging youth use. For justification in this, we don't need to punish all adults because of youth misuse. Instead, let's strengthen the laws, improve enforcement, and invest in prevention campaigns. A total ban is lazy policy, making it takes away personal freedom from responsible adults. Now, let me address the affirmative side's arguments. They say vaping is dangerous. Yes, it has risks, but adult smokers face greater dangers from tobacco, and vaping helps them escape that. We should not compare harms, not just label things as bad. They say youths are addicted. We agree, and that's why regulations is key. But don't punish adults trying to quit. Ban teen excess, not all excess. They say it normalizes addiction, but let's not just ignore that tobacco already exists, and vaping is the lesser evil. In conclusion, honorable judges, this debate is not about whether vaping is good or bad. It's about whether banning it entirely is the solution. And we say it is not. Let us regulate wisely, not ban blindly. Harm reduction saves more lives than prohibition ever did. That's all from me. Thank you.